bad mood. By pulling over, I had perhaps saved myself from pulping my flesh and bones in a car wreck, but the soul-sucking reaper would probably only consider that a postponement of the inevitable. "Jesus, Mike," I muttered to myself, "you're such a cheery soul. Are you available for children's parties too?" I dismissed the negative imagery from that train of thought. Without the Saab's muscular growl in the background, I listened to the rain hammer down on the roof and lash in slanting sheets against the windscreen. Ordinarily, it was a sound I enjoyed. Not this time, however. This time it was yet another in a long stream of annoyances. I am an angry man, or at least had become so of late. I knew why. Drinking was a hard way to live a life, but not drinking was so much harder still. Alcohol wasn't the illness, rather the cure for one, or so I had thought at the time. And a drink was what I wanted more than anything else in the world right now. There was nothing available in the car, and I hoped I would not have touched it even if there were. To help me remain that way, I whispered some of the positive thoughts I had been taught. You are not perfect. You must take one day at a time. You need to do the next right thing. It helped. Most of the time. Lightning speared down from a crack in the sky once more. There seemed little chance of my getting any sleep. But I figured maybe just resting up for an hour or so would be enough respite to enable me to continue in a more positive frame of mind. I checked the dash clock. It was 1:23 a.m., and I still had a 3-hour drive or more ahead of me. No way was I spending the whole night here, in the middle of nowhere. No way would I make it home without rest, either. Lose-lose. Typical. I snapped off my seatbelt, powered back the grey leather seat, and settled down into its familiar hollows. I stretched my legs out as far as the footwell would allow. If I had to stop here for a while, I figured I might as well be comfortable. Given all I had endured, I reckon I'd earned it. My mobile phone was in its docking unit, attached to the dashboard with a rubber suction cup. I reached across to press a speed dial number. The familiar United States single ringtone sounded 3 times before the call was connected. "Hi, Dad." "Hi, kiddo. What you up to?" "Not much. Hanging, watching some TV before dinner. You?" I chuckled mirthlessly. "Wendy, if I told you it had been a shit day in a week of shit days in a month of shit weeks, would you believe me?" "Yes, Dad, because that's what you always say." She laughed, which made me smile despite my mood. The long haul west had taken me to an initial briefing. This was followed by an anxious 4 hours waiting for a callback, and finally a 30-minute evening meeting during which I was made to feel extremely small and even more insignificant by a female personnel director whose demeanour was frigid right from the initial icy handshake. She casually let it be known that one of her peers had coerced her into the meeting, despite her busy schedule and the late hour. Also that she already had a preference for the contract, and nothing else than an outbreak of plague was going to sway her in a different direction. I related this entire tale of woe to my daughter. "What a bitch," Wendy said. "I know, right? Did you hit her, Dad?" "I don't hit women. Ask your mum. No, I simply sat there seething, remaining professional and dignified on the outside." "Really? You?" "I did. You would have been proud of me, kiddo. Of course, what I actually wanted to do was reach over the glass table and rip out her tongue." Again the laughter. "So you wouldn't hit her, but tearing out her tongue is acceptable behaviour." "I said I wanted to. I didn't say I would do it." What I had done instead was sit and nod and smile and attempt to talk myself up, something I'm not big on. It wasn't rocket science. It was a contract to design a whole assortment of packaging, documentation and advertising material connected with a new range of products. A big deal to me and my bank balance, but a drop in the ocean to a chemicals conglomerate. "So you won't be getting the contract then?" my daughter asked. "Not a chance. Anyhow, let's talk about something different." Wendy spent a few minutes telling me all about visiting the beach, shopping trips with her mother, a drive out to check on a new boat her stepfather was considering buying. Every second word was awesome. When we were done, I thought back to the meeting.